Okay, so this is something that the IB exam doesn't really have you draw a lot, but I wanted to put one on here just in case. There's two sets of data here. You're going to compare the two sets of data using a boxing whisker. And this is something that boxing whiskers actually do get used for. They're very kind of low-level comparison to data. So anyways, there's boys and their scores, and there's girls and their scores. So I need two boxing whiskers. So what I'm going to do is I want to get, and I'm going to put the 5-number summaries underneath each of those. I got to do them. I can do them all in the calculator at once. I'm not sure that's going to be a great idea, so I'm going to do them one at a time. So stat, edit. All right, now, the one thing you have to remember here is these are frequencies. That's a frequency, and that's a frequency. And this is the score. So when I put these in, the way that this is done is I got to put in the scores first. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to do the boys first. All right, so 0, 1, 3, 10, 18, 12, 12, 12, 3, 2, 1. So this is for the boys. So I'm going to hit stat, calculate, one variable stats. I got a frequency list now. And again, if you don't put this frequency list in, you'll never notice that it did not give you the frequency, or it didn't use it. You might notice, but you might not. Probably not. So there's my list for the boys. I'm going to go in here. There it is. Grab it and move it up here underneath the boys part. Okay, now the girls, I'm going to go back into stat. I'm going to go back into edit. The scores I don't have to change, but I have to change the frequencies. So 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 10, 5, 2, 2. Okay, so there's my new frequencies. And I just stat, one variable stats, the frequency list is still there. And you know what I didn't do? So I'm going to do this again. Me showing exactly what would happen if I was actually a student doing one of these, trying to do it too fast. Okay, because I didn't scroll down, so I don't actually have the 5 numbers on it. That's why I'm ditching that. So I'm going to go back and do it again. So there is the girls' 5 numbers summary. Put that over there. Of course, we're doing this thing where we bounce stuff around. So let's undo this. Let's I don't understand exactly why it does that sometimes. Okay, it doesn't do it there. So sometimes it'll like bounce your writing around. I don't truly understand why it does that. So I can't tell you what to be careful of. If it does that, I delete it. I undo it, and then I go over to the side and drop it way off to the side so that it's not messing with the writing. So I'm going to go back to edit. I'm going to put the boys back in here because I forgot to actually put down. So 0, 1, 3, 10, 18, 12, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to stat. I'm going to calculate one variable stats. Still have the frequency. This time let's actually arrow around so we get the 5-number thing. And let's drop it in there. So there's that. So we'll talk here. So now I have my 5-number things for each one of them. I'm going to draw a box and whisker for the boys and the girls. So I'm going to put boys score here. The scores are the same for each one. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put them on the same number line. So the scores go from 2 to 10. Let's put another line right here. Let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so we're going to put the boys and the girls onto this table, and we'll label them. So the boys' minimum was 3 and maximum was 10. So for the boys, 3, we'll put the boys here. 3, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then 10. So there's the boys box on this here. And the girls' box, which we'll put above it, they had a minimum of 2. So they had a lower minimum score. Their first quartile was also 5. and then 6, and then 7, and then 10. So when you do this, this data is almost exactly the same. The only real difference in the data was that the girls had somebody score 2 and the boys didn't. The rest of it is laid out pretty much the same in terms of percentages. So it says compare the results. I'm going to put down they're very similar. Only the minimum is different. All right, so any outliers? It's unlikely there's any outliers here, but let's see what it says. So for outliers, it's going to be the same for both because they both have the same interquartile range. This is a coincidence. Okay, so my range is 3, all right? So then and again, it's going to be the same for both of them. This is not always the case. So 5 minus 3 is 2. That means anything under 2 is an outlier. We don't have any of those. The upper quartile is 7, so 7 plus 3 is 10. So anything over 10 is an outlier, so there are no outliers at all in either set of data with that. So make sure that we definitely can figure out what an outlier is in this data.